Hold up.
Yo, what's going on, guys? It is FoxyDude98 here, and welcome back to a brand new F1 2016 career mode video for you guys today on my channel. Today we are here for part 7 of my career mode with Ferrari. This is season 4 of my F1 2016 career mode, and as you can see on your screens right now, we are going straight into qualifying. Now, quickly before we start this video, of course, there is no highlights of what happened in practice today because all the footage was lost and corrupted and broke. And luckily, I managed to spot there was an issue with the recording only during the practice session. All the footage has been saved for the qualifying the race, so I did manage to save that. All the footage from practice is gone, but at the end of the day, I don't care about practice. Luckily, I managed to spot it, so yeah, that's all I care about. So as you can see then, we're going to be looking at the driver's standings. So you can see that we are currently top of the standings in front of the two Mercedeses, and then my teammate Sebastian Vettel, who is very, very far behind compared to me in the driver's standings. And that's affecting us in what you're about to see in just a second if I do scroll to it, which is the constructor's standings. And that's crucial that we need Vettel to start scoring some points. Otherwise, it's going to be really... it's going to be hard for us to compete with Mercedes in the constructors' standings. But anyway, we're going to be moving on into qualifying then, so no practice like I said. And guys, let me know in the comment section down below, do you want me to show practice anymore, or are you not bothered? Do you prefer seeing it like this, where I'm just showing where I show you everything that's going on and then show you qualifying, or are you happy to see practice and maybe some R&D stuff? Let me know in the comment section down below. Or do you want to see like R&D and then just qualifying? Basically, do you want to see practice highlights like I do? Yay or nay, basically. Just let me know in the comment section down below, and I can change it if necessary for the next race in Azerbaijan. Moving on then into Q2, and we're going to be going on a different strategy, and I want to start on the super soft tyres for the Canadian Grand Prix. So we're going to see if we can potentially get ourselves up to Q3 and potentially execute this strategy in which we come across the line and we do qualify P3, and that is going to be good enough to get us safely through into Q3. In fact, we qualified a little bit further down, but you can see Rosberg, Vettel and Bottas and me all went for the super soft tyres. Now into Q3 we go here, and we're braking now down into the final chicane here. Felipe Massa in front of us with the wall of champions by there. Doesn't collect us today. Now as you can see, Massa's giving us a very nice slipstream towards the line, and that's going to help us get the fastest lap. I didn't feel comfortable on this lap, but definitely in that final sector, Massa gave us a very nice tow, and for some reason there's a top 9, not a top 10, so I don't know why that's there, but it is a Ferrari front row lockout, just like it was in Monaco in the previous race. Unfortunately, Vettel, though, lost places on the line in Monaco. However, hopefully today we can show that Ferrari are the ultimate car, and perhaps me and Sebastian can have some epic battles up front, because we only had one battle really, and that was in Australia, and he punted me off the circuit, hashtag drift mode. But anyway, as you can see then, we're going to be listening to the session goals from Emma, and then we're going to be getting straight into the race for the Canadian Grand Prix.
So I thought I'd pass them on and wish you luck. Take care.
Canada. So before the off, let's remind ourselves of yesterday's qualifying session with a look at the starting grid. It's Ferrari in pole position then, with Sebastian Vettel starting alongside. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Verstappen, Hamilton, Nico Rosberg and Massa, Bottas, Hülkenberg, Perez and Daniel Kvyat, Alonso, Grosjean, Esteban Gutierrez and Button, Sainz, Wehrlein, Rio Haryanto and Jolyon Palmer. Magnussen and Nasser, Marcus Ericsson and Daniel Ricciardo rounds off the grid. Now it's almost time to lights out, so let's go down to the track.
Alright then guys, as you can see, we're on the grids here for the Canadian Grand Prix. I'm going to be starting on the super soft tyres and then going to the soft tyres. I initially wasn't happy with this strategy, and I wanted to potentially do a two-stop and go from the super softs to another set of super softs and then to a set of ultra softs for the end of the race to make me very quick. However, I did realise that a mandatory tyre compound is indeed the soft tyre, so I had to run it at some point in the race. So I decided to go with the quicker option and just stick with the one stop after I realised that the soft tyres were mandatory and we had to use them. So we're going to be sticking to just doing the one stop, which kind of blows the strategy out the window really, because with that being the mandatory tyre, I could have probably done ultra soft and then soft. So we're just going to have to see how we get along here. But that was something that kind of annoyed me. But we're going to have to roll on with it. We've got our tyres now, and we can't do anything about it on the formation lap here. But as you can see, we're on the grid now for the Canadian Grand Prix. We have got 5 red lights, and we are underway here for the Canadian Grand Prix. And it's an absolutely shocking start for Sebastian Vettel. He has not got off the line at all there. It reminds me of Mercedes in real life, to be honest, because they don't get off the line very well either. But as you can see, we are taking the lead in this Grand Prix. Verstappen is up to second, Hamilton now into third, and Bottas is in fourth, and Vettel all the way down in fifth place in this Grand Prix. So an absolutely horrific start for my teammate in this race. But for us, we are in the lead right now. We've got some problems because we've got ultra soft runners behind us, and Nico Hülkenberg is out of this Canadian Grand Prix in this race on lap 1 here, and that is going to cause some issues behind. But as you can see, Max Verstappen now trying to fancy a little run on us, but Lewis Hamilton fancies a little go on Max Verstappen here. So we've got to keep our noses clean at the moment, because of course these guys are all on ultra softs, and Hamilton has got the move on Verstappen early on in this Grand Prix, and that Mercedes driver moves up into second place, whereas I am now down in, well, I'm not down anyway, I'm still up in first place. What am I on about? Verstappen is down into third place, and now Massa has got up into the podium positions here and overtakes Verstappen as well. So a great move from Felipe Massa in this Grand Prix, and the Mercedes powered cars showing why they are very, very fast on this track, because it is a power heavy circuit, and that Mercedes-Benz engine is extremely powerful. Coming to the final chicane here and just clipping the wall of champions. They're not taking any damage though. The wall of champions technically did claim us, but not really. We set the fast lap of the race, but there's a replay on board with Vettel. He just did not get away off the line. He just didn't have any traction compared to the ultra soft runners. Got blocked by Valtteri Bottas into turn 1. Now Nico Rosberg is coming through into turn 2 here. Vettel makes contact with Rosberg, nearly spinning around there. Good save from Vettel. Unfortunately though, he is behind Nico Rosberg, and this is the collision that Hülkenberg had. So he's fighting with his teammate Perez, and he runs wide and just goes straight into the wall, and you can't afford to do that in Canada because it will cost you. On to lap 2 of the Grand Prix now. You can see that we're starting to pull a little bit of a small margin over Hamilton in this Grand Prix, but we're still not comfortable just yet. And now we've got some yellow flags here. And oh god, my teammate Vettel's out of the Canadian Grand Prix. I was talking about how I needed some points, and he's doing the same thing as Hülkenberg here. Down the inside, they've made contact. Rosberg taps Vettel a bit there, and he's into the wall. And oh my god, Massa nearly getting collected as well and all of that. That was very well saved. But, sorry, Bottas getting all out of shape there as Vettel is out of the race. And I said, Vettel needs to score points in order to keep the consistency up for Ferrari in the constructors' standings, and he has done no good by crashing out of the Grand Prix. So now, Ferrari's race relies on me, and Hamilton wants to put an end to it. So as you can see, Lewis Hamilton's got DRS now and ultra soft tyres, so a faster compound than mine. He fancies a runner. So as you can see, coming down the back straight here, Vettel's out of the race. What am I on about? I'm talking about myself here. Myself gets through there, and we defend from Hamilton through the chicane there. Hamilton loses a lot of time trying to get that move in the chicane. On to lap 5 of the Grand Prix now, and Lewis Hamilton says, hey, I'm back again. You know, you can't really get rid of me. I am in a Mercedes, and I kind of want first place. And I'm just like, oh god, get away from me. As you can see now, we are coming down this long back straight. Once again, DRS is going to be enabled once again for Hamilton to try it. And I'm going to stick to the inside line because I've already known that it's a good defensive line. And Lewis Hamilton may not be able to overtake this. As you can see, along side by side with Lewis Hamilton into the chicane we go. Good defensive maneuver there. Just clipping the wall of champions again and kicking up a little bit of dust and shoving it in Hamilton's face. Bit of a smoke screen there. On to lap 7 of the Grand Prix now, so it seems to be every 2 laps that Hamilton's trying to make a move on us. So luckily, we have got a little bit of speed, but it's when Hamilton gets into DRS range, he is just deadly. But as you can see here, Hamilton getting very, very close to us, sizing up a move here, trying to take a wide line coming out of the exit of the hairpin to give me as much straight line speed down this pitch, down the back straight as possible here. Hamilton now opens up the DRS once again for probably like the 3rd time now in this Grand Prix, and as you can see, he's got a much better run this time along side by side into the chicane we go. Can Hamilton make the move stick? No. We're going to bounce over those curves, and we're going to maintain the position. Hamilton yet again can't take advantage of the DRS when it comes around again on this pitch straight because he's just too far back. On to lap 9 of the Grand Prix, and Hamilton's back at us again. So yes, every 2 laps Hamilton seems to be taking 1 lap off to just calm down a little bit, and then he's coming back the next lap afterwards to come and fight us once again. So coming down the back straight we go here. Will Lewis Hamilton go to the inside line? However, I'm automatically going to defend it because I know it's a defensive maneuver that I can execute well. There's no point in going to the outside line because I don't know if it's worthy or not. As you can see, Hamilton along side by side with us. Can we make the move stick? This time we do here from this over the top, from the bird's eye camera angle. Very well done. On to lap 12 of the Grand Prix now. We're going to be coming in for a pit stop now. Lewis Hamilton came into the pits on lap 10 for the from his ultra soft tyres to soft tyres, and I knew straight away that I knew that he was going to be very, very fast. However, he was never brought out in any traffic. So I was going to go to about lap 16, I believe it was, and then put on the set of soft tyres. However, basically, I got scared. I had to react to Lewis Hamilton, because if I didn't, there's an opportunity he'd get in front of us, and that's Lewis Hamilton there, through into turn 1. Did Hamilton get the undercut on us? No, we just come out in front of Lewis Hamilton, so to make that early pit stop, to cover off Hamilton was the right choice. Instead of going long like I was originally wanting to do, I decided, what's the point? If the ultra soft runners have come in to make their pit stops, I might as well come in and make my pit stop, because we're all going to be doing that one-stop strategy. So like I said at the start of the race, the super soft tyres at the start of the race were kind of a waste, really. I could have used the ultra soft tyres at the start of the race instead, to try and pull away, but we tried something different. It hasn't worked. Now we're on the same set of tyres, and now it's another straight fight. As you can see, Lewis Hamilton once again with the DRS on lap 14 now, coming through, and he's actually in front of us at this point, but we just have the inside line covered. However, we do clip the wall of champions again, and Lewis Hamilton takes full advantage of this. Now he's got the DRS. He's going to go to the left-hand side of the circuit, going to give him the inside into turn 1, and Hamilton sweeps through and takes the lead, but we're not over with this yet. We'll switch back on Hamilton to take the lead once again from Lewis Hamilton. So he did get the place done from us in the first time round. However, when he switched through to take the racing line, I switched back and took the inside line. As you can see now, Hamilton very, very close. He's actually pushing us here across the circuit. Onto the grass goes Lewis Hamilton, as he's really trying to find every inch of the circuit to just get this move done, because it's really hampering his race. And from where I'm sitting, I'm just parking the bus on Hamilton right now. And as you can see, DRS is activated and Max Verstappen is coming in thick and fast. And this is my opportunity now to start playing a little bit of bait here. So Hamilton coming down the inside. Will he make the move stick around the outside? Not down the inside. No, he doesn't. We defend again from Lewis Hamilton in the same spot as last time. However, now I've decided that I've spotted a little bit of a buffer. Now, Max Verstappen is not the quickest driver in terms of the Red Bull. Me and Hamilton were clearly in front of Verstappen, and he's only closing in on us because of us scrapping. So my idea now is, if I can't beat Lewis Hamilton in outright straight line performance because of that Mercedes engine, why don't I try and get him to get overtaken by Verstappen? So that's all I'm trying to do right now, is basically make Hamilton into a mistake and get Verstappen in front. But Hamilton here with a very good opportunity to take the lead of the Grand Prix, and yet again, he can't get the job done, and he's going to have to sit back a little longer and wait as we check the car into lead mixture, trying to save some fuel. Onto lap 20 of the Grand Prix, and my plan seems to be working. Verstappen is getting a little bit racy here, down the inside into the hairpin on Lewis Hamilton. Can he make it stick? No, yes he can actually. Verstappen makes it stick, and he is into second place, and now I've got the opportunity to pull away. However, it's a drag race now. It's the Renault versus the Mercedes as they come down the back straight here. Verstappen versus Hamilton. Hamilton's got the outside line, into the chicane, and Verstappen has the inside line. Who's going to make this one stick? They're going to go side by side here. Will they make it stick? Verstappen takes second place in the Canadian Grand Prix, and that is beautiful for us. And as you can already see on the mini-map, the gap is building, and that is brilliant. I now have some clean air and some fresh air to race in, and I've got no Mercedes behind me, and Marcus Ericsson is out of the race, and he's caused a safety car. Oh, thanks Ericsson, thanks. Just when I started to build a gap and get some clean air, your engines decided to just blow up, and now the entire field is bunched up again. Thanks a lot, Marcus Ericsson and Sauber. As you can see then, on to lap 26 of the Grand Prix now, we have got our yellow flags are up, and the race has resumed here as we bounce over the curbs, and we resume the race, and you can already see myself pulling a little bit of a gap here over Max Verstappen, and I kind of need to just try and get away now, because of course I managed to just about get away from Verstappen when he overtook Hamilton, but that's because the two of them were fighting each other and they cost each other time, whereas this time I've just got to try and flat out race for it. Unfortunately though, on lap 27, Verstappen says, nah, I kind of want to fight you here. So he's going to go down the inside of me into the hairpin, just like he tried on Hamilton this time. And now he's going to try it on me. Can Verstappen make the move stick? I'm just going to carry a bit more speed than Verstappen, and I'm going to stay in front. But Max is still alongside me here as we come down the back straight. Will Verstappen be in front? No, we've actually managed to stay in front of him. Verstappen now in the slipstream, and now Nico Rosberg fancies a run on Verstappen. Now I've got to cover off Rosberg. Into the chicane we go. Who's going to get in front into the chicane? It's going to be myself, but Rosberg nicks the move place from Verstappen. And now I've got problems because I've got a Mercedes behind me again, and we know how fast Mercedes are in this track. Yeah, very fast. So this is going to be a bit of a frustrating time. On to lap 29 of the Grand Prix, though, you can see that we are coming now through this middle sector. We've locked up, though, and that's going to give Rosberg a perfect opportunity here to try and get the move done. Can he get this move done? He does. Rosberg leads the Canadian Grand Prix thanks to a mistake from myself. Locking up is something I didn't really want to do there. However, I'm still in the slipstream with Rosberg. I'm going to go for it down the inside here, and Max Verstappen's out of the Canadian Grand Prix, so there's an engine blow up behind, and that's exactly what happened. So as me and Rosberg were fighting, Verstappen's engine gave way, and that's kind of annoying because I was going to use Verstappen as a buffer again because I managed to pull away when Verstappen was fighting with Hamilton, but unfortunately my buffer's kind of out the window, and Lewis Hamilton is too busy fighting with the Williams driver. So as you can see then, further on into the Grand Prix, Rosberg is now all over us, and this is getting crucial now. My engineer has told me that my engine is suffering from wear, and I'm going to have a lack of power output, and that's not what I want against the two Mercedes driver, well, the one Mercedes driver anyway. So Rosberg comes flying through there with my lack of power at the moment, and I come down the inside and defend against Nico Rosberg. Is this lap 30? No, it's not lap 30. Okay, so the next lap, now lap 30, which you'll see coming up when I cross the line there. Now my engineer tells me that now this lap onwards, I have got my engine is worn out, and I have got power deployment issues, and that was told by Jeff. So now this is when we really need to get our thinking caps on and really need to start coming up with some different tactics, because Rosberg is going to overtake me fully now on these back straights, and I need to come up with some late braking dive bombs to try and defend this. So as you can see, Rosberg comes flying through, and that's the problem with the engine deployment. It's not there, and down the inside we go again on Rosberg into the chicane. We just make the move stick on Nico, and we manage to maintain our position as the race leader, but it's not over yet. I've got a tough 5 laps coming up in front of me. On to lap 31 of the Grand Prix, and we're back in this hairpin spot again. It's a nice hairpin spot, actually. You know, you see this quite a lot in the Canadian Grand Prix because Rosberg is all over the back of my rear end. So as you can see, then we are coming down the long back straight here. Nico Rosberg is going to be trying to fancy another run, as he might try and take the inside line. However, I'm not going to let him have that. I know the inside line is the best line for me. I can't go around the outside because I don't think it will work. Rosberg goes through, and again we're going to defend from Nico Rosberg, this time very, very aggressively there, as we get in front of Nico, and it's just all about, can we do anything to stop the mighty Mercedes? And Hamilton now is up into 3rd in this Grand Prix. Moving further on into the race, myself and Rosberg come flying through into the hairpin, and my power deployment issues are really bugging me at this stage in the race. I have got no pace at all at the moment, and as you can see, Rosberg very, very hungry to get this win and take it away from me at the dire ends of this race. So as you can see, down the back straight we go. Rosberg gets the overtake done this time. I'm still going to size up and move on Rosberg. Can I do it? I do! Rosberg bounces over the curbs, and he can't stay in front, and on lap 32 onto lap 33 of the Grand Prix, we are still in the lead, but we've still got 3 laps to go, and we are back where we were before here at the hairpin. And now coming along this back straight here, will Nico Rosberg try and get over to the overtake done? This time he looks a lot closer. In fact, that's the closest he's probably ever been in this Grand Prix. Will Rosberg do anything about my lead? He's got the move done fully this time. However, I'm going to stick in the slipstream and down the inside into the chicane. We do it again, and we are in front of Rosberg on lap 33 on to lap 34 of this Canadian Grand Prix. So much action between myself and the Mercedes drivers. Further on into lap 34, Rosberg getting very, very hungry here. In fact, he might fancy it into the hairpin. He has a little look there, but Nico just doesn't quite get the job done. Now, round the hairpin we go here. Can Rosberg get the job done down this long back straight? Now, as you can see, Rosberg's alongside us. We're not going to have a replay camera for this one, and as you can see, Rosberg in the DRS range, and he's going to come flying through, and look at that. This is what it's like on board there. Rosberg here is just straight up in front, but we're going to late break it down the inside. Rosberg, no chance there. Sorry, sunshine. I'm coming through, and now this is it, guys. We have got 1 lap to go. Can Rosberg take this win away from us, or will we bottle it at the final hurdle? So as you can see, let's ride through this entire lap here. This is the first sector so far. It doesn't look that too bad, to be honest, at this stage of the race. You can see my tyres are worn out, especially the front tyres at the moment, as we start making our way through this first sector here. Looking nice and clean at the moment, nothing too shabby as we go a little bit closer to the wall there. Didn't want to go as close as that there, and as you can see, we are now coming through what this part of the circuit is the AI's quickest part on the track. They get so much traction out of this corner, and in fact, I don't think Rosberg got as enough, no he didn't get as much traction as I thought he would here. So breaking hard down into this difficult little chicane section here, we are still in front of Nico Rosberg. However, it is not over yet. Rosberg is still there, still fighting, still looking for a way through as we break nice and hard down into the hairpin now. Will Nico get this job done? Can he do it? Can he do it? He's had plenty of laps to try it, and this is it. This is the hairpin time, and this is the chicane time. So as you can see, rich fuel mixture on the car. You can see that Rosberg is going to have DRS. We're going to take that traditional inside line like we've done the entire Grand Prix. Here comes Rosberg, and here's the power deployment problems I'm on about. Look how far back he is, but we managed to make it stick into the chicane. However, we've locked up here. We've had to slow down. Rosberg is still there. It is a drag race to the finish line. Rosberg DRS. He's actually going to try it here. Can we defend from Rosberg? Across the line we come, and it is going to be the win here in Canada, but that was more like a photo finish in this Grand Prix. Damn, that was close to us not winning the Canadian Grand Prix, but we came through, and we won the Canadian Grand Prix. Maurizio Arrivabene looking ecstatic as usual on the pit wall, but I'm pretty sure he was nervous the entire way through. And there it is, guys. We come through and we win the Canadian Grand Prix after one of the most hard-fought races I have ever had to do in an F1 game ever. But that's the hardest race and the most challenging Grand Prix I have ever had in my entire life. And as you can see, we managed to get onto the podium with Rosberg in second, and Daniel Ricciardo, who started stone dead last in this Grand Prix, gets up onto the podium. So what a result for Daniel Ricciardo. Congratulations to him on that one there. But as you can see, the champagne flies and we can start to relax now. We can tone it down and we can just relax. So basically, guys, that's it for the Canadian Grand Prix. I tried to go onto the super softs and hopefully do like a 2-stop to be a bit more aggressive. But unfortunately, on the first stint, I couldn't get away from anyone because I was on a slower set. And look at that, Pascal Wehrlein got 4th in this Grand Prix. Magnussen got 5th, and then Alonso got 6th. Hamilton actually made another pit stop, so went down to 7th. But yeah, in the first stint, I went to super softs because I thought it'd be the best strategy. But unfortunately, I didn't realize that the soft tires were mandatory. So it was going to be a 1-stop anyway, and I could have done that on ultra soft tyres because I went about the same as ultra soft. So I'm disappointed with that one. And then of course we then made the switch to soft tyres, and we managed to attack or escape from Lewis Hamilton. Well, I didn't escape from him, but I knew somewhere that Max Verstappen could help us out. So I used him as a buffer. The safety car bunch of filled up, and then as soon as Rosberg was on me, it was game over. And it was so hard when I had the power issues with the engine. Hopefully Ferrari can get it fixed for Azerbaijan, but guys, that's going to wrap it up for the Canadian Grand Prix. If you have enjoyed it, drop a like. That would be absolutely awesome. And if you are new to the channel, please click the subscribe button because it really does help out my channel and it means so much to see new subscribers coming in every single day. And that is going to be it for this Grand Prix. I will see you guys next time for the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. Take care all. Peace.